people.
One of my good buds.
With her and Dave Warwick, the brewmaster.
Yes.
Is that the preferred nomenclature these days, brewmaster?
Founding brewmaster, I guess, is my official title, but
sweet.
Sure. Anything with beer or brew in it, I'm happy with.
Founding brewmaster in the house of my favorite brewery.
The top one. That's the one we want to say.
Okay, fantastic.
We're doing
Emily
linguistics. Yes.
Yes.
Linguistics.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, give the show a like and a share anywhere you are watching across the Commonwealth, the Mid-Atlantic, or this country. We are live across the I Love CVille network, presented by Animal Connection. It is, I looked at the weather today, the weather app.
Yep.
And it says it's 99, but it feels like 108.
I know. It's just, the real feel?
The real feel, that's right.
Yeah. I don't like summer. Let's get this done.
You and I share that
Bring on
quality.
fall.
I have a feeling you may share that. Do you like the
Yes.
heat?
No. I made the mistake of walking here. And
From Three Notch?
From Three Notch.
Wow.
And
I'm
it
gonna
wasn't
drive you
that
back.
bad, but I was dripping with sweat, so I'm very appreciative of your temperature in here to air out a little bit before
You are
we went.
riding in style on the way back.
We call this the ice box. It appeals
Yeah.
to everybody except one of my inner circle friends, J.W. Wickower over here.
you know-
He's got a button-down shirt, a long-sleeve undershirt, and is there a T-shirt under the long sleeve, J-Dubs?
You know, you can always put on, but you can't always take off.
That's right. That's right. I respect what he's doing over there. I totally
Yeah.
respect it. He's going to be, he's comfortable.
We're going to start knitting mittens for him.
We're going to, would you like mittens, J-Dubs? He would like mittens.
Bernie's mittens. We're going to have Judah's mittens.
He does love mittens. All right, guys, anywhere you're watching, we're going to have a good time here on What's Barking Local, the water cooler of everything positive in the animal community in Central Virginia.
It's the beer cooler today, though, folks.
Ooh, the beer
Beer
cooler.
cooler, I like it.
Marcy is watching. What's
Yay!
up, Marcy?
Marcy,
All right, we can
I
have
love
fun
Marcy.
now.
Marcy, we were singing your praises here before the show started. She is the fabulous, is it a marketing director?
She's in charge of
Socially.
all things social media, and she has her hand in almost everything marketing that you can imagine.
The socialista.
And she is my one-person support group. Her and I've definitely become friends during her short time here. I think the world of her, and she is also now my hype girl.
I know.
Hype
Happy
gal.
Out Thursday.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. She gets the crowd excited and riled up and hollering, and then she hands it over to me, and then I put everybody back to sleep when I describe the new beer.
Someone just put in the feed. Caitlin just put in the feed. Marcy rocks. You do,
Marcy,
Marcy.
Yes,
Marcy
she
definitely
does.
rocks.
Judah, we're in your hands. We can start when you're ready.
We might have to put...
Guys, welcome to What's Barking Local. My name is Jerry Miller. We are
Yay.
live in Charlottesville, across the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille network, and we're presented by Animal Connection. This fabulous business is nearly 20 years old, and to celebrate this
Wow.
milestone of an anniversary, the star of What's Barking Local, Patty Zeller, who you will see in 6 seconds,
Oh, my gosh.
brewed her favorite beer today at our favorite brewery, Three Notch Brewing Company.
If we said Happy Brews Day, right?
Happy Brews Day. Judah
Yeah.
Wickower, let's go to the studio camera. Let's welcome Patty.
Hey,
And who do we got?
the brewmaster and my good friend, Dave
Yes.
Warwick.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for having me.
So we're going to have fun today.
Yes.
Right.
We already had fun today.
Yeah.
It started early with us brewing beer together, and
I mean-
here we are drinking beer and talking about beer together. It's a
Is
full
that-
cycle.
If you can't start, if you can't start your day in a brewery, you need to get a better job.
This morning they were at Three Notch.
We are hiring.
Brewing the Big Dog Blonde Ale. This
right.
beer right here. Dave's got a cornucopia of cervezas.
That's right.
I do.
If
I
you
do.
may.
I brought some of our newest and best.
That's good. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear about them. If this guy was not one of the best brewmasters in the country, I think he would make an award-winning broadcaster as well.
Absolutely.
Very likable and approachable. And we're going to test him because Patty Zeller at
Yeah.
Animal Connection in Ix Park recently hosted a competition.
Oh, yeah. We had to do something fun for the Olympics. I mean, something a little more fun. So we had a photo contest, and we challenged Seaville and surrounding area dogs and cats. And we wanted to know if your dog or cat was an Olympian, what would their sport be? And we had entries from all over the country. I mean, literally all over the country. It was so much fun, but we're going to show the winners. And here's what the winners are getting. We had specially ordered Olympic gold medals for the dogs.
Wow.
And so everybody that entered a picture or a video is getting a gold medal on a beautiful red, white, and blue ribbon and a gift certificate. So
That's
yay.
exciting.
I cannot
fun?
wait to see what happens here. So the brewmaster, the founding brewmaster
That's right.
of Three Notch is going to be tested here. We're going to post photos on screen of dogs doing Olympic quality things.
Yes.
And this gentleman right here is going to give
Oh, boy,
Troy
so much
Aikman
pressure
and
here.
Bruce
Play-by-play.
Johnston analysis. I'll be the Joe Buck.
The Joe
All
Buck.
right.
All right, so Patty, which one's coming first?
Well, I think it's going to be a Bernese Mountain Dog named Banjo, Caitlin Fitch's dog.
Okay.
I think.
Is that
Yep.
one right there?
I mean,
You go ahead.
that is
Okay.
Banjo.
Okay, Judah, let's get Banjo on screen. Tell us about
That's
Banjo,
right.
Patty.
Banjo is almost a year old, and his official title at home is branch manager. And he has his own Instagram page. He's very, very social, and he's just a lot of fun. He's been one of our top Fan Tuesday dogs. And what do you think his sport should be?
What do you think, Dave? What comes
Yeah.
to mind when you see Banjo right there?
So a branch, and I'm thinking that earlier he's resting. He was using that for pole vaulting earlier. That branch. So that's what I'm guessing. He's
could absolutely do
pretty
that.
pretty hefty dog. That'd be pretty tough to get him up that high. But I think that's what he's working on. He's resting.
I like that the Bernese Mountain Dog is pole vaulting
Yeah.
here. We can say
I can
he's
just
a
see
puppy
that.
at least, right? We can say
Caitlin-
he's a puppy.
Right, he's going to have hip surgery, I think in the next 2 weeks or so, which is kind of unusual for a dog of his age. But Caitlin, when he's done, I think the pole vault is going to be your next sport.
There we go, Caitlin.
That's right.
All right, what's our second dog?
It might be Clover.
Okay, tell us
Right.
about Clover.
Clover Clover is a dog from my friend and Pet Boss Nation guru, Candace D'Angelo,
Okay.
and her hubby, Joey. And they have a pool in their backyard, so Clover is into all kinds of water sports. I mean, paddle boarding, doggy paddle, you name it, Clover's on it.
All right,
Yeah.
color commentator, what strikes you with Clover, Dave Warren?
Their sport, I believe, would be the 100-meter doggy swim.
Oh, the doggy paddle, if
Yes.
you
I
may.
think she
And
can do
as
it.
hot as it is out there, it's very tempting to jump through that screen right there.
Right.
We may see Dave in the lane right next to Clover swimming
Gosh.
up and down. Is that a life vest from Animal Connection? It must be.
It is not, but
You carry them.
I do, but Candace used to own her own dog stores in downtown Chicago called Dogtopia.
Got it.
And now she has a wonderful consulting group called Pet Boss Nation.
Cool.
Where she helps with all phases of retailers, and she's super fun.
Well, Clover,
Yeah.
we are all jealous of that swimming pool you're getting into, and we're eager for number 3, Patty.
Oh, somebody that you know and love. Let's look at Coco.
Coco. All right, tell us about Coco as I find her here.
Coco was hard because she sent so many photos and videos. I mean, Coco also likes to swim and do doggy paddle, not on the water, but also in the air. And Yvonne is a super keen neighborhood cycler. So, you know, COVID has an outfit for every sport. I mean, she could have done what is it? Is it pentathlon or heptathlon? What's the one where they do all the sports?
I don't know.
Decathlon?
Decathlon. Coco could do it, you know. And what I like is, you know, she's perfectly dressed for every sport.
Now, Dave
Right?
Warwick, this dog has a closet that has more clothes than the 3 of us combined.
Probably.
Those clothes purchased at Animal Connection and X Park. She's got a primo basket on a deluxe bike. I mean,
Yeah.
this dog is living the life here. What comes to
She,
mind?
if there was an Olympic sport of Paris Hilton look-alike competition, then I think she would be. But she's absolutely adorable.
She could
She
do
is
it.
She
adorable.
is spoiled and loving it. for
Yeah,
sure.
so you
Gotcha.
see the Paris Hilton of the dog world here.
Right.
Hey, this man is a pop culture virtuoso.
There you go.
Along with a hops man extraordinaire, Patty Zeller.
Let's move on to Frankie.
Ooh, Frankie.
Frankie's
Where's
my
my buddy
buddy.
Frankie here?
Frankie is awesome. And so in this picture, Miriam Dickler says he's practicing for the balance beam.
Ooh.
Doesn't he look
Oh,
like he
nice.
could do it? He also has his own Instagram account.
Get out of town.
He does, and he now has a line of bandanas that we are carrying at Animal Connection called "Frankly Fetching."
Oh, that's great branding.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, she's a good marketing guru. We love these bandanas. They're double-sided, and they're just super sturdy and really nice. I mean, you're going to love them.
Dave Warwick.
He's clearly a sweet, sweet pup, but I bet he would be really good at wrestling. He'd be the Kurt Angle of the feline world. Yeah.
Whoa.
That is the first time on the I Love Seville network we've
ever gotten a Kurt Angle? Nice.
Wrestler.
He went to the same college I went to, so that's why
out of
he's
town.
on my mind. Yeah,
I'd say you're
Clarion
younger
University.
than Kurt.
Yeah,
Wow.
little younger.
Just joking.
I was kind of going to go with AJ Styles, but you know.
Dude, 2 wrestling references right here. I'm a huge wrestling fan here. Should I say throw in Macho Man Randy Savage in this? Step into a Slim Jim.
If you must.
But
If you
Macho
must.
Man doesn't have a gold medal like Kurt Angle.
Oh,
Olympic
that's
gold medal.
true.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
bumping there.
This is
Good call.
true.
Good
But they do
call.
have great belts.
They
Right?
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
Macho Man's got a lot of belts, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does.
He does. He doesn't have the gold medal.
He has a lot of jerky
Yeah.
Slim
That's-
Jims too.
That's when Conrad and I dressed as wrestlers to go to your house at
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah, my Halloween party.
That was an epic
That was
costume.
that was whoa. That
It's
was
coming
fun.
back this year, by the way.
I-
Beware.
I like it.
The
boy.
theme is going to be Monster Mash.
Ooh.
Any kind of monster from the original MGM, I'm drawing a blank on them. Frankenstein, of course. Creature from the Blue Lagoon.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein, sure. Or
Blob.
anything modern today. You can,
Okay.
Yep.
What comes to
Wow.
mind for your costume for Dave's Halloween party?
Ah, gosh. I don't. Well, I got the hair that can stick out to here, so who knows what I can do?
Okay.
You know.
Monster Mash is the
Yeah,
theme.
yeah.
And what's our next petrol to highlight? Next.
All
dog
right,
to
we're going to
highlight?
go with Gypsy.
Gypsy.
This is Kelly Warbluski's dog, one of our Animal Connection favorites. And you have to refresh my memory. What's she doing? Oh yeah,
Swimming in a water hole.
She's standing there, so she could be maybe doing that synchronized swimming kind
Sure.
of deal. Perhaps.
What do you think about Gypsy there, Dave Warwick?
all I'm thinking about is getting in water again because it's 108 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Gypsy diving in for some fish or a toy that's in there or something. That's all.
Does Dave Warwick synchronize
Synchronize
water
water
ballet
ballet.
from our director Judah
Jude,
Wickmiller?
are you a fan
Nice.
of that? Did you watch all of that?
I think he is a fan. Do you mind the swimming holes in Central Virginia that are a bit murky in water?
No.
Oh, you don't,
Not
you
at
don't mind
all.
them at all?
No, same temperature.
Same
Yeah.
temperature. I know
Nice.
you don't mind that.
No, not at all. Nope. We like to go down to this place on the Rockfish where you can stand in this deep hole. We just stand there like water buffalo, and just stand and drink, drink a beer and
drink
on
a
the decks.
Grenache.
Yeah, it gets your blood pressure down to like a -5.
A big dog blonde ale, if you may.
Exactly.
The next one, PZ, what you got?
Well, we're going to go with
I
Killian.
thought we were going to go with
Yeah, this is one of Erica Renee Proctor's dogs, Green Dogs Unleashed. And you can't really tell what that is because it's just like a whirl of activity. But that is Killian, the Great Dane, and Rumor, his a Border Collie buddy. And so these are the Green Dogs Unleashed dogs. Yep. Wrestling.
So Killian
Wrestling.
wrestling on the grass here.
Wrestling.
Right. Yeah, that's very common at baseball games these days. I already use
Rebar.
wrestling though. That would be the obvious with wrestling, but there's boxing, right?
There's
Boxer.
boxing.
There you go.
How about
Jiu-jitsu.
the offensive and defensive line for my Steelers fan over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Here
It
we
looks
go.
like the Steeler is tackling a Seattle Seahawk.
Oh,
Is how I'm-
Possibly.
that's a
is how I'm
Only
secret.
for a
picturing-
fleeting moment. Only
Them
for a
fighting
fleeting
words
moment.
over there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Those fighting words over there. She's a Seattle fan.
There's going to be a lot.
This is when you go back. Hey, Super Bowl rings of late, but then he's going to counter Super Bowl
Sadly,
rings in history.
I'm going to have
Yeah.
to go way back for that. But that's okay. There's always this year.
All right, our next one.
And our last one is one of my very personal favorites. This is Ocean.
Okay.
And he's a Chesapeake
Oh, that's
Bay
a cute
Retriever.
name.
So you know how I love Chesapeakes. And I just love that picture of him just in flight. I mean, that's typical Chesapeake. Emily is one of the fantastic volunteers at the Charlottesville Albemarle SPCA. Yep.
I love
Yeah.
the jumping over the water. Dave Warwick, the show is yours. What comes to mind?
That is a beautiful picture. I love the fall, the colors scheme, the reflections on the water,
Yeah.
and the temperature of the water. I bet is very, very cool. And that's some big air. So that could be pole vaulting as well. That could definitely be diving.
Oh, I can
That
do
could
it.
definitely be that could be synchronized swimming as
Yeah.
well.
And then we have one more.
Oh.
Denali.
Denali.
And I'm so sorry, but I don't remember the lady's name who's Denali's dog. And so maybe somebody online can remind me. I did not write it down, and I can't get it up on my phone right now. But Denali on the paddleboard,
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful
Denali.
dog. It's a beautiful dog. How that dog doesn't look soaking wet, I have no idea.
This
You
looks
know?
like the apartment complex almost down Avon Extended.
I thought so too.
Lakeside.
Yeah.
And Denali, Dave Warwick, looks like is standing atop a paddleboard and is very comfortable chilling with Denali's daddy
Yeah.
on a
Right.
board.
Some
Yep.
more balance beam.
That's right.
I'm sure the dog would be really, really great at. Almost looks like a wolf, so I would put that into wrestling competition or boxing.
I hated balance beam when I was in high school.
You weren't good at the balance beam?
Oh my God, I'm hopeless.
Yeah?
Hopeless. That thing is little. Have you ever stood on one?
I have. I bet you this gentleman's fantastic at the balance beam.
I was good at the balance beam, but that is it for gymnastics.
Oh my
I
God.
was horrible at all things gymnastics.
Did you have the Presidential Fitness Challenge when you were growing up? in
No,
physical
what's that?
education?
We did.
Where you had to do the various events like sit and reach, the mile run, the shuttle run. You know what I'm
We
talking
did
about?
that, yeah.
Did you not do that?
We had what was it called? Field day, where we did all of that,
Hmm.
but we didn't call it the presidential whatever. No.
Fitness challenge.
The presidential fitness challenge.
You
We
were
did.
presidential caliber in your fitness challenge.
I would doubt that. I could do somersaults, but I could never do a cartwheel.
Okay.
And like that was not happening.
Well, somersault is almost more challenging than the cartwheel. No? Cartwheel's more challenging?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So the Doggy Olympics at Animal Connection went extremely well.
It did.
All right, you want the round
Great
of applause
photos.
over
That's
there.
right. That's right. It was very good, and we thank everybody for participating.
Do we honor one of the best pooches of all time and show the photo with Dave? Can we
Yes.
get the photo with Dave on screen, Jay Dobbs?
Yeah.
Arthur.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about Dave. Dave needs the floor. What's
That's
that?
that's my buddy Arthur. Rest in
That's
peace,
right.
that little fella.
Yeah.
We adopted him from the Charlottesville SPCA.
That's right.
And we found the perfect home for him with my mother, and they were best friends for the last 5 years of Arthur's life. And he had many names. His official name was Arthur, but over time she started calling him Archer, and then it ended up with Archis. I don't know how that came about, just her love for him, but they were inseparable, and I always enjoyed the opportunity to get to dog sit while my mother was traveling or whatever. But yeah, he's sweet dog, completely blind, and very, very loving, but fearless. He would come in our house
Schnauzers.
and know exactly where to go, all the hallways, all the table legs. He had everything memorized day one.
It's like they have radar.
Yeah.
They just have instant radar. But you and your lovely wife Michelle have been supporters of the SPCA for a long
Yes.
We
time.
love Michelle Warwick on this show.
I love you, Michelle. I love you on the show and off the show.
Okay, I just love you on the show here. Good call from the husband right there.
He gets points.
How about this photo? What comes to mind of this fabulous guy with this
Oh my
pooch?
gosh! I mean, that's just I have a soft spot for old dogs. So I mean, they're just cool. They're just very wise, and they know a lot of stuff. And that picture just spoke to me. So there it is.
I love it. I
That's
love
my
it.
buddy.
Now, Patty, we have a picture of Dave.
Yep.
Are these your kids?
Yes, those are my boys.
What do we got here?
That's
That-
Jib Jab and Juju.
Jib Jab and Juju, that's
Yeah.
right. They are best friends.
I see that.
Yep.
Can we get Jib Jab and Juju on screen, J Dubs?
But you have two others that we don't have a picture of.
Yes, Katie Boy and Gray Girl.
You have
Right.
4 cats?
We have 4 cats
Get out
now.
of
We
town.
went from 2 dogs and 0 cats to 4 cats and 0 dogs.
Yeah.
It all started
one of
with
them- two are outside, right?
one.
Or
One
one-
is
one's
half
outside.
outside and half inside. But
Right.
Gray we adopted from the SPCA. She was the office cat for the first 8 years of her life,
Mm-hmm.
and then Michelle used to work at the SPCA for 3 years. And Gray and Michelle fell in love with each other, and then later on Michelle left, and we had to adopt Gray after Michelle left. So. Michelle was our first cat. And then we wanted to get a cat to get
But
along
you have a
with.
cat named Michelle.
No.
No.
No, did I say that?
Yeah, that's what you okay. I want to clear that up.
No.
You're talking. Your wife is Michelle.
Yes.
Okay,
That would be
yes.
weird.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. So how do we get the names Jib Jab and Juju?
So, big time Steeler fan. Long before Juju came along, I wanted to name our next cat or dog that we got Juju because I'm a big fan of Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers, and it's just a fun cat name.
Can you even say that after you've had a beer or two?
Oh yeah, Juju
Juju
Smith-Schuster all day. Yeah.
I would have trouble with that.
And then Jib Jab is polydactyl, so he actually has 7 toes on each paw.
That's special.
And they look like boxing mitts. So Jib Jab, boxing, and Juju, they have the alliteration with the J's. And yeah, they were. We adopted them from the Shenandoah Valley Animal Shelter, and they came into the shelter very, very, very sickly, and they took amazing care of them. And then my friend Letty, she fostered them, posted a picture on Facebook. Hey, these cats need a
know
home,
Letty.
and we found
Just come on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she works at
Mom.
is it Dominion Veterinary
Yes,
Hospital?
let's come on the show.
Yeah,
Small
she's
world.
awesome. Yeah,
is
so
awesome.
she's a foster. She's amazing at fostering, and she fosters a lot. And I've always been jealous of not being able to get the animals that she's fostering and wants to find a forever home for. But then when Juju and Jib Jab came along, formerly known as Jim Hopper and Will from Stranger Things, was Juju and Jib Jab's original
that's
name.
right.
Yep. But they were
Wow.
cuddling with dogs in pictures as tiny little kittens,
Oh my
and we
gosh.
fell in love with them. So
Let's,
then that was 3 cats, 0 dogs.
Okay. Let's acknowledge some of the viewers here. Patrick Warner
Hey, I know that guy.
says, "That's my boy."
Patrick's a designer.
He
right?
is. He's our
Yeah.
marketing director.
Yeah.
And he does
Designer of-
everything in front of me here. He's
Yes.
designed. He's amazing. Very, very, very talented.
Yes.
And him and Marcy are a great team.
Marcy Gates is watching. We love Marcy on this program.
Yeah.
Carrie Ann Harold Asher, Nature Boy, that left that comment right there. How about this one from the Netherlands? It's I don't mean to mess up your name here. Is it? I'm going to call you Martin S. Hi from the Netherlands. Watching What's Barking Local.
I don't know, Martin. Hi,
From the
Martin.
net, that's a fan of Three Notch.
Nice.
right.
Awesome.
Caitlin thought branch manager was absolutely hilarious. Carrie says, love your beer. Can't wait until your location opens here in Virginia Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Awesome.
Grayson is watching. They say we're watching in Roanoke. Three Notch is the best beer
There
out
you
there.
That's
go.
great. Thank you.
Why don't we do this?
Yes. Let's talk about beer.
Let's talk. Hey,
We've done this before.
straight.
We've done this,
done this before.
How many years? This is our 5th year.
I think 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can read your mind now. Is that a scary thought?
That is a scary thought. That is a scary thought because there's some frightening things.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, there's some very frightening things. The show is yours. Big Dog Blonde Ale.
Yeah, let's talk Big Dog Blonde. So we came up with this, Dave and I, years ago. We first started it as a draft beer to celebrate the Dog Fest celebration that Animal Connection initiated. This is our 8th year of Dog Fest. And we decided we wanted to have some, I like beer, so it was just kind of a natural collaboration. So let's brew a beer so people can know not only about what Animal Connections is doing, but Dogfest originally had 50 booths. And so we wanted to do something to bring awareness to all the big rescues, little rescues, people that were doing cool things to help dogs. So that went on for 3 years, and then pandemic last year, you know that, Jill. And Three Notch can do cans, so we decided we would can it. And so the way Dogfest pivoted last year, since we couldn't do the big celebration out at the X Park like we did, we just made it a 5-day celebration and spread it out. We had this, whoa, there's thunder, okay. We had this lovely can of Big Dog Brown Ale, Blonde Ale.
Blonde Ale.
Blonde Ale. Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Available for tastings, and we had swag with it. And, the can is super cool. It's got my name on the back. I have my name on a beer can.
That's amazing.
You don't.
I don't. I'm super jealous. Carrie
I
Rock
do.
watching the program. We love you, Carrie
Yeah.
Rock.
Hey, Carrie.
Kate Vasiloff, Timothy
Yeah.
Key, David Hunter. You got 6 states watching What's
Yeah.
Barking Local here. So
And
how
more.
does it feel? And we'll get Dave in the mix.
Yeah.
to have the Big Dog Blonde
Oh,
Ale.
it's just
Fifth year.
great. It's great. And I will tell you that we have now won national marketing awards in the pet industry and otherwise for doing something unique like this, like a collaboration with Three Notched Brewing Company. The design and everything they love about it, they're like, wow, a pet store that's got her own beer. I mean, no one had ever done that before. Now, you do a lot of collaborations with pet-related things like Tommy's Beer.
Yep.
And was it Vet Fund?
Vet Fund,
in
yeah. It's a beer
Right.
we're doing about the same time that we're doing the Big Dog Blonde Ale. It's
Right.
called Dogtoberfest. It's tied in with an event in October at our Richmond location.
Right.
Going to be there called Dogtoberfest. And it is a... Vet Fund is veterinarian emergency treatment fund,
Super
and so
important.
they are able to provide medical care for dogs whose owners might not be able to afford it. So it's a really awesome opportunity for us to help them out.
I think you told me you did one for the SPCA in past
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Arms of an Angel,
There you go.
double IPA, the designed by
Double IPA.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
Wow.
Arms of an Angel. That was designed by the veterinary Dr. Scheller. Her husband is a home brewer, so he got to design the beer.
Nice.
Cole Scott watching the program. Cole Scott
rounds out our marketing team.
Works for Three Notch, a Mario Kart champion. And I'm not talking
really?
about the video game here.
I didn't know that, Cole.
I'm not talking about the video game here. I'm talking about the contest at Three Notch. Martin watching.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
Oh
chugging,
my gosh,
of course,
dude! It
of
was
course.
like, oh,
Yes.
Marcy, that was so much fun. Martin from the Netherlands says Three Notch in the Berg. Martin, is the Berg in the Netherlands a town? I don't want to assume. I think that is.
Or is he talking about Fredericksburg?
Or Harrisonburg.
He's watching
Harrisonburg.
the Netherlands right here. Says Three Notch is the absolute best.
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank you, Martin.
Yeah. So how about this? How does it make you feel to have, Minuteman's my favorite beer. The Ghost is my wife's favorite beer. When we
The Blood
can't-
Orange Ghost?
No, just the Ghost.
I love the Blood
traditional
Orange
Ghost.
one. Yum.
When the Ghost is so popular, when we can't get a sixth of the Ghost, we go to 40 Mile, and
Nice.
we're super happy.
Nice.
So those three beers in our top 10. How does it
Love
make
it.
you feel to have so many people loving your beer?
I will never ever take it for granted. I've been brewing for 15 years now, and I'll never forget the first beer that I brewed sitting in the restaurant in a small pub in Pittsburgh, and just watching people's faces and they enjoy, like, oh, I did something right. And now I have the great fortune of hearing about people enjoying the beer that we created all over the state and all over the world in
Yeah, the
Netherlands. So
Netherlands.
yeah. I mean, to have your craft and your work be so appreciated is just, it's surreal, and I'll never ever take it for granted.
And it's
for
just
sure.
such a nice experience going to the flagship brewery, too. I mean, not
Sure.
only the beer, but I mean, you have a great chef and wonderful upscale and approachable pub food that's really, really good. And just ambiance.
We have
is
several
nice.
chefs now in several locations.
Yeah.
Sam Martin is our chef here. Our director of culinary, who started the whole kitchen program for Three Notched, Patrick Carroll, who happens to be my next door neighbor as well. And then Sam Martin is the executive chef here in Charlottesville. Stephen is going to be the new chef in Virginia Beach. And then we have Jody is the executive chef in Roanoke. All four incredibly talented chefs, for sure.
Nice. And I mean, and the food is so approachable, and you guys are so great about having events. I mean, we had the Green Dogs Unleashed Puppy Bowl before the Super Bowl party, and that was fun.
Yeah.
And you went over the top with our food. I mean, we had a popcorn bar, we had a nacho bar, and then no, it wasn't Big Dog time because that was a different time of year, but you had great beers on tap, and it was just super fun.
So we're live on every social platform possible, and this comes in via Twitter. Dave, I read in the Daily Press that you guys are opening up in Virginia Beach. You're going to have guest taps and beers specific to us.
Yes.
Can you give us
Yay.
some insight into this? Thank you for making great beer. And this is from Leslie, who's watching on Twitter. Thank you, Leslie,
right.
for chiming
Yeah, hi
in.
Leslie. Thanks for inquiring. We're going to have 16 beers on tap.
Oh, my God.
And we're going full variety with this. We're going to have, of course, a lot of the 3-notch favorites like 40 Mile, Minute Man. You can definitely count on them being there. But then Sarah Greger is our head brewer that's going to be there, and a lot of the beers, a good portion of the beers, are going to be her creations that are going to be delicious. I've actually had the pleasure of working with her for the past year. She's actually a brewer here in Charlottesville right now.
What part of Virginia Beach are we talking?
Town Center.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Luckily, not right on the boardwalk.
Right.
But we're back in the city, a little away from the ocean, which is fine by me.
So this
Great.
is going to be like a state-of-the-art facility. You guys took it to the studs, except for the hood from the previous kitchen.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
rebuilding it. I read the article as well. $500,000 being put into this. You know I love the brand. I mean, respect. I love how you're getting the brand out there with these awesome tap rooms. How will this, is tap room the right word for this?
Sure. I mean, it's a kitchen and brewery,
Okay.
restaurant, whatever you want to call it. As long as you come and drink some beer and eat some food, you can call it whatever you want.
Is it
I
gonna
like
be
that answer.
very similar to the Ix one? Different?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have some similar flair to it. I mean, it's going to be 3-notched, and it's going to be certainly familiar, but it's definitely going to have its own personality as well.
How about a dog-friendly patio?
That I can't speak to, but I'm sure. But I'm not positive about the patio. Maybe Marcy or Patrick can chime in.
So many dogs out
Well,
there.
Marcy, Patrick, how about Derek? Let's get Derek in the mix.
Derek
I love
Naughton?
seeing- yeah.
Hey,
I love it.
Derek, my
I
buddy.
love seeing Derek
One of
out
my
and about
favorite people
around
on
town. So this comes in via Twitter as well. This is from Gary and Charlotte,
Okay.
North Carolina. Jerry, please pass this on to Dave. I went to UVA graduate school and fell in love with 3-notch while in grad school. I moved to Charlotte to work in banking at Bank of America. When are they going to open here? There's a massive following of people that would like this beer. That's a tough question.
Yeah,
He says
I mean-
he makes the good beer, right?
Right.
That's what you're going to say, right?
I mean, we'd love to get into North Carolina, Maryland, Pennsylvania as soon as we possibly can, but the problem that we have, which is actually a great problem to have, is we're not able to brew enough beer just for Virginia yet. We need some more tanks coming in. They're on their way, and we're going to grow as fast as possible, but we're not going to cross state lines until we're confident that everybody in Virginia that wants our beer is going
Right.
to have some.
I learned today when we were brewing, you were going to be replacing with your 90s with 120s or 60s with 120s.
We're
doubling
so
the
right now we have
capacity.
900 barrel capacity.
Hey, I learned a lot today. We could show my brewing pictures today. We had fun today.
Do we have those pictures,
Yeah.
J-Dubs, that we can put on screen?
Yeah,
Yeah?
we do. Yep.
So more coming in from Twitter. We'll get to that in a matter of moments. Patrick Warner says outdoor space, a patio, a bar in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, nice.
Sounds absolutely amazing. Cole is making a reference. Is it to Dr. Heller? Dr. Scheller is the
Dr.
best.
Scheller.
Dr. Scheller
Yeah.
is the absolute best right there. More questions coming in. Before I get to those questions, let's
Yeah.
talk about the brewing experience.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to go to 3-notch because I get to go in the back, behind the scenes and scoop the grain, and I got to sign off on the recipe and write down all the temperatures and everything. So it's great to be, a real part of the process. And then when the beer's ready to tap, taste the first swig out of the vats. And last year I helped with the labeling on the can line.
Yep, you sure did.
So, I mean, I love participating. That's really fun.
And we love having the community participate with us as well. So who you spent most of the day with, Brian Clayton, of course, is our head pilot brewer, and he makes me look like an all-star, but he actually does the work. And he's such an amazing host and makes the guests feel welcome during the collaborations and explains to them, the process of why we're doing this. Any chance the guests can participate and actually work with the barley, work with the hops, he definitely provides that for sure. And of course keeps everybody safe. But.
And you have so many, are some of these collabs that you have up front? that you brought to
None
the
of
show?
these are actually. We do have one collaboration. We have the I'd Rather Beer Fishing. That is a collaboration with Mossy Creek Fly Fishing out of Harrisonburg.
Yes, we love those guys.
Those are such good guys,
Yeah.
and love the company.
Oh, he wants you to be the
sure,
Vanna White?
Sure.
Yeah.
Look at
I'd
this.
rather
Dave
beer
Bork, a
fishing.
broadcaster,
So check this
brewmaster,
out.
and
This is-
model over here.
This
Fly
is
fishing's
some
one of my
Patrick
favorite
Warner
sports.
work right here.
Yep.
There we go.
Patrick Warner, this is for
Patrick
you.
Warner work. Nice.
I love the
So
sound machine.
this is a sticker that actually comes off of the can, and you can put it on your car. You can put it on your laptop.
Maybe like a magnet out of Yukon.
So it's for fishing. So you can put it on your tackle box or your boat or
Okay.
or whatever you
Are
want.
we doing that for Big Dog?
Look at this. Look at this.
Too late now, but maybe next year.
Next year we'll do labels.
That was a good answer right there.
Well, next year we'll do shirts and labels.
So let's acknowledge some of the viewers. I really love this show, by the way.
It's
great.
fun.
You know I love this guy. over
Beer
here.
and dogs,
So,
what's
so
better?
Martin in the Netherlands says, hope to go to Three Notch again when the border is open for European people. Gonna visit my family and friends in Harrisonburg. The Three Notch over there is a great place. Friendly and relaxed people. It feels like home at the Three Notch in Harrisonburg.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
This comes from
Andrew Shelley is amazing there. He's
yeah,
the GM.
John Palmer on LinkedIn.
Oh wow.
John Palmer
Hey, John.
says this, Jerry, please ask Dave what's his favorite Three Notch beer, and please don't let him say all of them. We want specifics, please.
Oh
That's
man,
great.
that is such a tough question. Ask John, please, for me, which one his favorite
Well,
parent
you
is,
just
or his,
did.
his favorite kid is. It's very similar to that, but I would have to say, if I have to answer, I'd have to say the 40 Mile IPA. That's my baby.
Classic.
That is definitely the beer that I stressed over the most. A year leading up, before ever the tanks came in, leading up to it, I definitely stressed over that because that was going to be the very first beer we released. It's been with us ever since for 8 years now, and it's a little bit of a hybrid IPA, so it suits kind of all of the IPA fan palates. It's not too bitter, it's not too hazy and too
It's
thick.
just right.
It's right balanced, right in the middle of this hop. So features the El Dorado hop, which gives a big pineapple peach profile. So, I mean, I always call the Ix across the street, the house that 40 Mile built. And
That's a good name
40
for
Mile,
it.
for the longest time, 40 Mile, kept the lights on for sure. So I've definitely got to go with 40 Mile. And it tells the story of Three Notch. It's kind of the heart and soul of our Three Notch Road story as well.
What would be a brew that you've just always dreamed of doing, but maybe you don't have the resources or the ingredients or anything to do? But like if there were no limitations, do you have one that's in the back of your mind that you would just love to do?
I can do any beer I want, Patty. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I love that swagger right
it.
there.
I mean,
He's getting into seltzers and near beer too. You really are.
Yeah, we're doing non-alcoholic. Brian Clayton has completely spearheaded that project. We've got a non-alcoholic IPA out in cans all over
And
the
it's
state,
good.
on draft right
It's
now
very
at the
good.
tap room. We have a hazy IPA that's on draft right now at the tap room, and canning coming soon. Brian's working on a non-alcoholic stout, non-alcoholic red ale, non-alcoholic goza, and
about that
it's
low-cal
amazing how
IPA?
non-alcoholic beers are growing right now. They are
Yeah.
skyrocketing.
You
in
had
the
a
market.
low-cal IPA that I
Yeah,
really
lean
liked
and
too.
mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that still around?
No, but we definitely need to bring that back.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's a
that,
good
that
one
was a
for me.
popular one.
This is from Chris. I love Chris Sager. Love your Nephology series and pretty much
Nice.
every IPA you've made. Keep up the good work. I was hoping to see a silhouette of Frank on your Zappa release.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, he's talking about our not our most recent Nephology, but this past one it is with Zappa hops, and it is the hop is in collaboration with the Zappa family, and it is an honor to Frank Zappa.
Wow.
Yep. And it is the interesting thing about that hop is it is one of the very, very few true American grown hops. They found it in New Mexico, and every hop that we know today as American hops started somewhere else and then were brought to the States and planted and evolved over time. But the Zappa is an actual true American hop.
Right.
Kelly Kratz says,
Hey, Kelly.
I cannot wait to check this out. Candace Berry. Hey, Dave. I love 40 Mile. Michael's hard at work at the Barrel House right now and says hello.
Nice. Michael and Candace are such good people.
You get the response to your favorite beer from LinkedIn. And he says, my favorite is the Minuteman, but
Oh,
the
nice.
King of Clouds is taking a close second. You have a couple of those. And oh boy,
Jerry, you should do an
Nice.
I Love Seville collab sometime.
Marcy, you hear that?
You should do an I Love Seville collab. I don't even know what would your dream beer be.
I mean, my dream, I'm not just saying this because he's next to me. My dream beer is the Minuteman.
I know it is, but
It
I mean,
literally
yeah.
is the Minuteman. I mean, I have not had a beer like Minuteman that makes me happy, that satisfies me. You have a couple Minuteman and you're feeling really nice.
Your wife even got you a kegerator.
She did.
Way to go, Lauren.
I love the Minuteman. I love his beers. He knows I
Yeah.
love his beers. If you look over there, you would see it. Cole says, the Mario Kart champion, Cole Scott over here. If you haven't tried, is it Cryopop, Dave? Is that what
Yeah,
I'm saying right?
Cryopop right here.
He says if you haven't tried the Cryopop yet, you need to. That beer is special.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Thank you, Cole. He is good in marketing for complimenting this beer. He's doing his job well. But Cryopop is brand new, and it is newest in the Nephology series. Nephology is our series of cloudy IPAs. The yeast is still in suspension in there, provides a lot of mouthfeel, and it's very, very low bitterness. But Cryopop is this brand new blend of hops from all over the world. It's very
Wow.
unique. And it goes through a unique process where they actually flash freeze it, and the leaf of the cone actually falls out, so there's a whole lot less vegetal matter. So basically, in a nutshell, it's a concentration of all those oils that provide so much aroma and flavor in IPAs. And it is unique. Thank you, Cole.
Carrie Rock,
Yeah.
the philanthropist, the co-founder with his beautiful better half of Do Good Seville.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah.
A man who you may see leading the charge at the Run Club
Yep,
of Three Notch
absolutely.
as well.
Every Thursday night.
Stand-up guy, Carrie Rock. Thank you, Dave and Three Notch, for all the support you showed to the nonprofit community in Seville.
Yeah, Carrie is. Well, that's an honor to hear that from Carrie, because he's one of the most. Beside Patty here, he's one of the most philanthropic.
Philanthropy focused.
Philanthropic focused. Philanthropic. That's
There
it.
we go.
I was gonna come with
Philanthropic.
philanthropy forward.
Yeah, Carrie Rock and his wife
Philanthropic.
Colleen are just such good people. And we're actually in the middle of a big project with them as well for Do Good Seville and the food bank. Carrie
That's
got in
great.
touch with a lady, reached out to him that just inherited this property that has a huge amount of blueberry trees or blueberry bushes maybe on her property, and she didn't know what to do with them. So she wanted to donate it all to the Blue Ridge Food Bank, but didn't have the means to pick all these blueberries. So Carrie Rock went right to work, and first thing he did was call me. And we got a big team out there 2 weeks ago to pick a bunch of blueberries. All got packaged and went straight to the food bank.
Wow.
And then we're doing it again. There's so many blueberries out there. We're doing it again on August 21st. The whole Three Notch team is going out there picking blueberries for the food bank again. But then most of it for this trip is going to actually go towards our beer. And we're going to make a beer with these fresh blueberries. It's called
nice.
Blueberry Goodness Berliner Weiss. So it's going to be a low ABV, nice sour, very refreshing summertime beer. So, and then through the whole month of September, we're going to have that on tap, and then we're going to have we're going to do a food collection, food drive, canned food drive at Three Notch here in
That's awesome.
Charlottesville for the whole month of September.
That's cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to help you get involved with that. That's
please
great.
do, yeah.
We can provide some
All is
things.
appreciated.
We cannot hear about we cannot wait to hear about the SPCA Puppy
Right.
Pep Rally, which we will get to in moments. Still more comments coming in.
I feel
Oh
like
my
Earl
gosh.
Smith.
You're doing a hell of a job here. Sarah Rupar says this: is there one tap room that does better than the others? We've been to most of them, but we haven't been to the Richmond one. Kudos on your success. Your beer speaks for itself.
I'd say Charlottesville does the busier one because it's much bigger, but they all just do well. I mean, the Harrisonburg community, Roanoke community, Richmond community, and of course Charlottesville community have really embraced the heck out of us right from day one.
That's awesome.
And so we're very fortunate. Extra fortunate to have our friends and family all throughout the community support us through that horrible last year as well. It's amazing that we're still standing, and like you had Bob Yarber on the.
Bob's the man.
He is the man.
Yeah.
Man, what a guy. Talking about philanthropy. Yeah,
You played it safe there. That was
philanthropicness.
smart. Philanthropic.
He was the very first one when all the restaurants were closing down he was the very first one to just start buying gift certificates from all of them and it was the very first that I'd heard of that, and then it became a thing. And that was definitely, Bob had that first, and he came right in and bought a big gift certificate for us to redeem later, just to kind of help us, and every dollar helped, that's for sure. And so here we are, and being able to not only survived it but thriving through it and expanding.
Yep.
Todd Raff. Dave learned
Oh,
everything
Todd.
about blueberries from Blue Toad Hard Cider.
There you
Laugh
go.
out loud. Good to see you, buddy. Todd, hello, hello, hello. Colleen Rock is watching.
Colleen.
Co-founder Do Good Seville. Jamie Naughton.
Yeah.
Watching. One of your
That's
co-founders'
Derek's wife.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
Tammy
Hi, Jamie.
Blackburn.
Oh, it's my cousin. Hey, Tammy.
Watching the program.
She's a Ravens fan, though.
You're a Ravens fan.
Tammy's a Ravens
It's
fan,
a
but I
bird.
still love her.
It's still a bird.
She's family, and she is from Maryland, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of the wrong one.
You have 7 states watching this program right now.
Nice.
All right, so PZ, Patty Zeller
Okay.
here. Let's
but first
talk.
of all, we want to talk about where
Yes.
can you drink the big dog,
Yes.
right? This is the big dog. So September 17th, 18th, and 19th, we're going to have tastings available at Animal Connection. And the 19th, which is Sunday afternoon, we are going to have a 20th anniversary dance party on the big patio right behind Three Notch. We will have the big dog on tap, available for purchase. We're going to have the Gladstones playing, so you know you're going to want to come dance. The SPCA is going to be at the door. There's no charge to come to the event, but you're going to want to donate to the SPCA if you can. So that's where you can drink the big dog. So moving on. Puppy Pep Rally.
Yes.
So we are doing adoption events at Animal Connection every third Saturday of a month for the SPCA, and they come out to the big patio in front of Animal Connection. We have a bar there and a fountain there. It's a super nice setup. They bring lots of dogs, lots of puppies. I mean, you can apply for fosters, you can apply to adopt, you can just hang out and say hi, and who doesn't want to come? Last time we had 5 different crates of puppies. Who doesn't want to come see puppies?
I love
right?
puppies.
And this is on Saturday morning, but this time, since it's UVA move-in weekend, the UVA kids are really great about fostering dogs and cats during the school year. It's a stress reliever. It's fun for them. If you're a guy and you're on your own and you got a puppy, you know you're going to have a good year at UVA, right? So,
I had a puppy at UVA.
See,
Yeah.
there you go. Jerry
I'm
knows.
blushing right now. I'm ear to
Woo,
ear smiling.
Jerry.
It was a lot of fun.
So we're going to have a UVA themed puppy pep rally, and this is going to have cats and dogs. We're going to have UVA swag and balloons and maybe some orange refreshments of some kind. I don't know. It's going to be all blue and orange everything. I think we're going to be able to have some football tickets to raffle through a very generous donation, and we're just going to have some fun. So that's coming up. Every third Saturday of the month, it's going to be Adoption Day for SPCA at Animal Connection. Woohoo!
That's amazing.
Patty's mind never stops coming up with
know,
new
right?
ideas and philanthropic ideas.
Sometimes I wish it would, but we try.
She has the energy of the Energizer Bunny.
When I
really
crash,
do.
I crash. Oh boy, when I crash, I do.
SPCA contributing to the community. Dude, how about this question? You're able to do beer for a living in a way that leaves your footprint and your business's footprint.
Where we leave our mark.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. You
Branding.
left your
Leave
mark
your
on
mark.
this community in a better way than when you first arrived.
Well, I hope so.
What's
I
that
hope
mean
so.
to you?
That means everything. I mean, that's what we're all here for, to look out for each other, right?
That's right,
And
exactly.
I have the opportunity, everybody at Three Notch has the opportunity to make a product that can tell so many stories from not only Charlottesville, but all over Virginia. And that's an amazing opportunity. I mean, we've done so many collaborations of telling the story of so many organizations, so many restaurants, clubs, gyms. We've done schools, Blue Ridge Irish Music School we did a beer with, and Heifetz Institute out in Stanton we did a beer with. And as far as local charities, we've worked with the Salvation Army, teamed up with CBS 19. We've done
amazing.
cystic fibrosis. We do a beer called 65 Roses Blonde Ale every year with them. We did a beer with MACA, the Monticello Area Community Action Agency. We've done SARA, Simcoe for SARA. We do every April, which is Sexual Assault Resource Agency. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And so we have Simcoe for Sarah to help them out, raise awareness. House, back to pets, houses of wood and straw.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Those
Yeah,
are
we
love
did,
that.
we did a beer called Off the Chain. Because of course what they do, if you're not familiar with House, they get dogs off of chains and
Right.
they build dog houses and fenced in areas for dogs to run free a little bit. So,
right.
but yeah,
They're
I
going to
mean,
be there on at Dogfest too.
Nice.
Annie Diplome is watching in Lynchburg. Did we get a favorite beer from Dave?
40 Mile.
Okay,
Yeah,
40 Mile.
40 Mile.
Now she's
No.
asking for your top 5.
Oh my gosh.
Of all beers or 3 not?
All time.
I'll go all beers.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of all beers, definitely one of my very favorites is Prima Pils by Victory. That is a really good, just porch drinking, patio pounding drink. And it's just got the right. To go back to your question, if I could brew any beer that I want that I can't brew, I would probably want to mimic Prima Pils because I can't, obviously.
right. That's
high
And I
praise
certainly
from
don't
you.
want to rip them off, but I would brew that just for myself at home.
Okay,
For sure.
so
And friends, maybe. Okay.
Oh, let's see. I mean, I've got to give a shout out to our buddies at Devil's Backbone. Some of the beers that they do are just amazing. Their Baltic Porter is it does okay in the summer for me, but I really love it in the fall and the winter. It's definitely a warmer for sure. I'll tell you one of my very, very favorite beers, definitely in the top 2 or 3, is Random Rose. Kevin McElroy, I tell him all the time, his Mosaic Pale Ale
Delicious.
is absolutely almost perfect of a pale ale, for sure. Love that beer. So that's 4.
High
yeah.
praise.
One more
let's see,
left.
I'm gonna-
I'm gonna ask
Praise.
you this question too. Your 5 favorite beers. So get ready. He's got one more
my
to go here.
gosh.
To give you a
I'm
little
gonna
thinking
go
time.
back to 3 Notch for a beer that's near and dear to my heart. Of course, I've got to say Michelle's White Wedding White Ale, brewed for my wife. We've been doing it. We released it during our wedding, and we've been brewing it every year since. And it's a white ale, Belgian white ale with chamomile and orange peel and coriander.
Yum.
You got a top
That's
5?
nice.
I'll give you 10 seconds to think here. Carrie Schaefer Caitlin.
Yay!
She says, "Go Dave."
One of my longest best friends.
Proud
One
of you, buddy.
Thank
Where's
you,
Carrie watching right now?
Salisbury, Maryland.
Salisbury, Maryland,
Yep.
in the house. You got a top 5?
Speaking
PC?
of wedding, Carrie was there at the wedding, went all the way to Colorado for it.
Gosh, I don't know if I can name my top 5, but I can name where I drank the top 5. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Fair question?
Yeah.
So certainly, the Blonde Ale was designed after one of my favorite 3 Notch beers, no doubt. I am also, there are lots of 3 Notches I like, but as far as other places, I like the Nana Coke from Eastern Shore.
Okay.
I like
The Nana Cook Nectar?
Yes.
From RER, yeah.
Yes.
Love that beer.
I like Dogfish Slightly Mighty.
Yeah, there's your locale.
And I like, a lot of things I've had in Seattle and Whitefish, Montana.
Okay.
And I can't remember names of those, but yeah, the ambiance is pretty nice. So you can't go wrong with the view. So, and certainly things I've had in Denver, Colorado. And you've got Colorado ties as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but, I don't always remember names. I remember where I've been and how much I enjoyed having a beer in places that I really liked.
You hit the nail on the head. Beer is so much more than just liquid in a can.
It's an experience.
It really is. For example, I tell you, I'm swallowing my pride here as a brewmaster here in Charlottesville and telling you this, but I tell you, when I I'm a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I try to see them play every year. There's no beer in this world during that game that tastes better than a Labatt's. It's just
Sure.
it's
I'm
something
like that
about
with
being
Old
at
Style
the
when I go see
being
the
at the
Cubbies.
game. It's Canadian, and it's the first beer I had at my first Penguins game, and I'll never drink anything else other at a Penguins game.
Yep.
I'll never buy Labatt's outside of that
Yeah.
stadium ever, because there's so many other beers I'd rather have. But at that game, Labatt's takes me there for sure.
Nice.
The gorgeous Michelle Warwick watching the program.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. We love you. This is the second time we've sung our praises to you on the
I'll be
show.
yeah.
home for dinner.
We love you. He's going to be on dinner. So this is one more question here. This is from Nicole. I'm going to say Nicole R. instead of messing up your last name here. Nicole R. says, Dave, are the hazies and the New England IPAs continuing to be the rage into next year? Seems like we see it everywhere at every tap room we go to.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, hazy IPAs are not going anywhere anytime soon, but there is definitely trends of a small market starting to get a little exhausted of the haze, of that thicker mouthfeel. So we actually have some new beers to kind of respond. So we have a little bit of everything, and that's kind of perfect timing if I can talk about a couple of these, especially the first few beers. As she's referring to, this is full hazy beer, very, very low in bitterness, and this is basically brewers mimicking a fruit smoothie, but with beer-only ingredients. It's a little sweeter than a lot of IPAs, definitely a lot of more fruity, tropical. But there is a market that's a little tired of all that haze, so we have Clear Skies, Clear Juicy IPA. This still has that juicy quality in the finish, very low bitterness, very big fruit, but it's just not as cloying, not as big of a mouthfeel with all the haze in it. But then for the traditionalists, we also have the West Coast IPA. Am I showing that right, Judah? Perfect.
Yes.
West Coast IPA, we just released a couple weeks ago. This takes IPAs back to their roots. And when you think of like the American founders, the founders of the IPA today, like the Stone, the Bear Republic, the Ballast Point, Sierra Nevada, this is how IPA started up until 10 years ago when this haze craze came. Balanced bitterness, very, very, very crystal clear, dry, not near as sweet. So we have the gamut, and then of course Minuteman falls into that kind of hybrid a little bit, something for everybody. Same with 40 Mile. But to better answer her question, hazy IPAs definitely aren't going anywhere for anytime soon. But I think there's West Coast IPAs are going to come back and get more and more popular again. But IPAs are the most popular style in the country because hops is America's best contribution to craft beer, for sure. We have arguably some of the very tastiest hops grown in all of the world, and our hops have big citrus, big grapefruit, very, very tasty. So that's why all IPAs are going to stay popular for a long time.
That's probably my
sure.
favorite range, I guess, of IPAs. I mean, Dungeness Crab and IPA, that is like the best meal ever. Sorry, Blue Crabs. Dungeness has got you beat this time.
The No Good Beer Festival just commented on the feed.
Hey, what's up, Drew?
I've got to think this is Drew Kraft.
That's got to be Drew Kraft. Hey, buddy.
When does
Another
that
Steeler fan.
Drew Kraft on the feed here, and he goes, he's just so damn lovable.
We did a beer with No Good Beer Festival too. We did a Russian Imperial Stout.
When's that this year?
You have to ask Drew. I'm not sure if there's a date.
Hey, Drew, when is it?
It'll be in the late. Usually, I do know when it is. It is always the last weekend of January, I believe. It's always tied in with Pro Bowl, with the week before Super Bowl. I believe it's still on, last I heard, and it's probably going to be at Ixard Park. But definitely check nogoodbeer.com to confirm all of that, because I'm not an expert in the field.
Scott Aaronworth, the Esquire from Virginia Beach, is watching the show.
He's going to love having
Scott Aaronworth. Get ready for Three Notch at the Town Center. At the Town Center. Yeah. He says, plus y'all have a great cheesesteak.
Oh, thank you. 40
Aaronworth.
Mile Philly.
Scott is a foodie.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah, he knows good food. So, yeah.
So, you know what? I will straight up say this. This is one of the best What's Barking locals ever.
Gosh, ever?
I certainly think so.
Cool.
It's a 30-minute show that just ran 61 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Beer and dogs. How can you lose,
How
right?
can you beat that?
Right, exactly.
We're having fun with friends.
That's right.
Celebrating dogs.
Exactly.
Talking about great beer and giving back to the community from a
philanthropist.
Whoa, there you go.
Oh God, I could do a
I won't
show
forget
with you
that
all
word
the
anymore.
time.
Oh man,
Only
I'm
7
ruined
states
now.
watching, and I can't say philanthropy.
That's a hard word to say.
I'm still getting heat
Just say
from
you
the
do
Saved by
gotta-
the Bell show we did.
Oh, Jesse Spano. I was wondering if Jesse Spano would come up. I tell you, as soon as Patty asked me on the show, I went straight to Amazon and looked and see if there was a Jesse Spano T-shirt that I could quick buy and get to wear today, like have under my shirt and
Wow.
to mess with you and all, but
Oh,
but
my
it
gosh.
never happened.
We're both huge Saved by the Bell aficionados, Dave Warwick and I'm crying up here. Can you give us, how about we close with a final word? You
Hey,
first.
I don't even know where to go with it. I'm so glad everybody was here, and I'm so glad Dave could be here. You're one of my special peeps, and come drink some Big Dog with us. It's going to be really fun. It's limited supply. You're going to want to do it to help the animals, and just go to 3 Notch. Go. Just go.
Mart in the Netherlands
Right.
says, Dave, you speak like a Dutchman. It's philanthropist.
Ooh.
Martin in the Netherlands just said.
Philanthropist.
And
Philanthropist.
Drew said February 5th.
Okay, that's
For the
All right.
No Good
that's
Beer Festival.
February
Mark your
5th.
calendar.
Okay,
Very-
that's right because the season is extended a week.
Yes.
This year, so now it'll be February 5th. When normally the Super Bowl is the first
Yeah.
weekend of.
Who's your
February.
pick? Well, who's your preseason pick for the Super Bowl?
Don't say the Steelers. So you're going to say the Steelers?
No,
Okay.
no. they're-
Big Ben
Next
under
year. Hey.
Is the shoulder recovered?
Yeah, I mean, he threw 50 times a game last
He
year,
threw
and he
two,
was
huh?
fine. Yeah. Now that we have a running game, our offense is going to be a lot more balanced, but there's definitely a big question mark with the offensive line. But Tampa Bay, they've
No
made no
doubt.
changes at all. They still have pretty much every single star coming back, and of course, Kansas City is probably going to be there
And St.
for the
Brady.
AFC.
St. Brady.
Yeah.
Don't sleep
Yeah,
on
so-
Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
Allen
Josh
just got a
Allen
huge
is.
contract extension.
Yeah. There's a lot. The Packers. I wouldn't rule out the Packers. With Aaron is playing with a mission this year.
Gosh.
He's gonna be high. He still has
I
Devontae
can't wait
Adams.
for
Still has Aaron
football
Jones.
season.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. But I'll say Tampa Bay is going to beat Kansas City again, just for fun.
So the man's going on a limb here. He's
Whoa.
picking the 2 Vegas favorites for the Super Bowl every year.
Uh-oh.
No, that is.
Yeah, they're-
Oh,
I'm
really?
gonna write that down.
But
Well,
you know
yeah.
what? They're loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are absolutely loaded.
I'm gonna
They're
write it
absolutely loaded.
down.
Do you got a pick? You're
I
gonna
don't
say
have.
Seattle
I
and
don't have a
Russell?
pick, but I want Russell to
Yeah.
pull it out
She
this
loves
time.
Russell Wilson.
I do.
Let's hope they re-sign Dwayne Brown or give Dwayne Brown your tackle and
That
an
would be
extension.
very, very nice.
Um,
Let's hope B-Wags is ready to go. I just want to get excited. Let's go.
Guys, if
Yep.
we did not get to your questions, we will save it for part 2.
That's right.
We didn't get to a handful of ones.
I think we're going to have another beer and dogs talk.
You're the executive producer. You call the shots
Ooh.
here. I will say
We'll do
this
it.
chemistry is working quite well.
Oh,
We'll
I've
do
always
it.
loved it.
We'll do it.
That's
Same.
why the 3 of us are in the opening credits of the I Love Seville show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
You are in the opening credits. You know that, right?
That's right.
Guys, this is Dave Warwick. He's the founding brewmaster at 3 Notch. 3 Notch is one of my favorite brands out there. This guy knows beer like the Pope knows holy water. This lady right here is Patty Zeller. She knows retail. She knows dogs and animals like Russell Wilson knows touchdown passes.
Whoa.
How's that? You're a Seattle fan.
I'm speechless.
2 people that I'm very, very proud to call friends. Patty
And we love you too,
Dave.
Jerry. Thank you for all that you do
That
for
was
the
fun.
local commerce and
Thank you
for
so much,
Charlottesville.
everybody, for
Thank you,
being
thank
here.
you. This is What's Barking Local, presented by Animal Connection. Thank you kindly for joining us on a gorgeous day to be above the mud, wherever you guys are watching. Have a good
10-4.
afternoon. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Nice.
So good.
Woohoo. That was super fun. Super,
Are we
super
on?
fun.